Welcome to your daily Techpresso. In today's episode, we'll cover OpenAI's plan to release an open source model, SpaceX's Fram-2 polar exploration mission, Intel's new CEO announcing spin-offs, OpenAI's massive $40 billion funding round, Mark Zuckerberg seeking Trump's support against EU regulations, and Runway's consistency-focused Gen 4 video model. OpenAI is making a significant strategic shift by planning to release its first open-weight language model since 2019. This means developers will be able to run the powerful AI system on their own hardware, rather than through OpenAI's subscription-based cloud service. The company is facing economic pressure from efficient alternatives like DeepSeek's open-source model from China and Meta's Llama models, which have reached 1 billion downloads while operating at a fraction of OpenAI's costs. This move addresses concerns about data sovereignty and vendor lock-in for enterprise customers, especially in regulated industries like healthcare and finance. By offering an open-source option, OpenAI could potentially enable AI implementation in previously restricted contexts where data privacy is paramount. Next, let's talk about SpaceX's latest achievement. SpaceX successfully launched the Fram-2 private crewed mission on March 31st, marking the first human spaceflight dedicated to exploring Earth's polar regions from an altitude of 430 kilometers. The crew will observe unusual light emissions like auroras and steves, while conducting 22 experiments focused on understanding human health in space for future long-duration missions. The four-person crew is quite diverse, including cryptocurrency investor Chun Wang, who funded the trip, filmmaker Yannicka Mikkelsen serving as vehicle commander, robotics researcher Rabea Roga as pilot, and polar adventurer Eric Phillips as medical officer. This mission represents a unique blend of scientific research and private space exploration. Shifting to the semiconductor industry, Intel's new CEO Lip-Bu Tan has announced plans to spin off non-core units at the Vision Conference in Las Vegas. Tan candidly acknowledged that the company has fallen short of customer expectations and encouraged customers to be brutally honest with us. He wants to make Intel leaner with more engineers directly involved in projects. The company has lost significant talent and market position to rivals like NVIDIA and AMD in recent years. Tan emphasized creating custom semiconductors tailored to client needs while cautioning that the turnaround won't happen overnight. This realistic assessment caused Intel shares to fall 1.2% after his remarks, showing investors remain cautious about the company's future. Moving on to funding news, OpenAI has closed a massive $40 billion funding round led by SoftBank Group Corp. This investment gives the company a post-money valuation of $300 billion, making it the second most valuable private company alongside ByteDance. The company plans to allocate approximately $18 billion from these new funds toward its Stargate initiative, a joint venture announced by President Donald Trump. To receive the full $40 billion investment, OpenAI must transition from its current hybrid structure to a for-profit entity by year's end. This transition comes despite facing legal challenges from co-founder Elon Musk. The Stargate initiative aims to invest up to $500 billion in AI infrastructure, showing the scale of ambition behind OpenAI's plans. Let's now discuss Meta's regulatory challenges. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg is seeking President Trump's support to challenge European Union digital regulations. Zuckerberg is positioning the EU's enforcement of the Digital Markets Act as an unfair trade barrier against American tech companies. European regulators have criticized Meta's pay-or-consent model for not providing genuine alternatives to users. This conflict could potentially lead to fines and mandatory revisions to Meta's approach to data collection. While Apple has chosen a more compliant strategy with EU regulations and avoided significant penalties, Meta has filed numerous interoperability requests against Apple while also warning that EU AI rules could damage innovation. Finally, let's look at advances in AI video generation. Runway has released its new Gen 4 AI video model with a focus on consistency, solving a major challenge in AI-generated videos. The technology maintains consistent characters and objects throughout scenes using just one reference image across different settings, while preserving visual styles and simulating realistic physics. With a $4 billion valuation and projected annual revenue of $300 million by 2025, Runway ML has positioned itself as the strongest Western competitor to OpenAI's Sora in the AI video generation market. Sample films like New York is